I'm Autumn Neary, Senior Associate Curator at the Peterson Automotive Museum. Today I'm here with a special vehicle currently on loan to the museum that is both a functional race car and a three-dimensional abstract painting. The paint job on this vehicle was created by American artist Frank Stella in 1979. Painted directly onto the body of a 1979 BMW M1 Pro Car, Stella's work transforms a purpose-built racing machine into a piece of contemporary art. Bold lines radiate across its surface, and color blocks bend as they follow the contours of the car's body. Even standing still, the design suggests motion. The car is an offshoot of the BMW Art Car project, a series that explores the intersection of fine art and the automobile. By the late 1970s and early 80s, the period when this car was created, motor vehicles were increasingly being understood not just as machines, but as cultural objects with highly visible surfaces capable of carrying artistic meaning. The BMW Art Car series began in 1975 with a collaboration between French racing driver Hervé Poulain and American artist Alexander Calder. Poulain was preparing to compete in the 24 Hours of Le Mans, and he wanted his BMW 3.0 CSL to stand apart from the rest of the field. Rather than relying on conventional racing graphics, he invited Calder to paint the car. The result was a race car treated as a mobile sculpture. Although mechanical problems prevented Poulain from finishing the race, the car captured widespread attention and challenged assumptions about where art could exist. BMW recognized the potential in this experiment, and the Art Car project was born. Over the past 50 years, the series has grown to include 20 vehicles, each painted by a different artist and reflecting a distinct artistic approach. Artists have included Andy Warhol, Jenny Holzer, Matisao Kayama, and Jeff Koons. Pop artist Roy Lichtenstein painted a 1977 BMW 320i Turbo. Robert Rauschenberg contributed his work to a 635 CSI in 1986. David Hockney painted a 1995 850 CSI, and most recently, Julie Meritou lent her talent to a 2024 BMW M Hybrid V8. Early BMW art cars were almost entirely competition vehicles that appeared in races like Le Mans. Later art cars included concept cars and road-going production models, especially from the 1990s onward, as the focus shifted more toward exhibition and design exploration rather than racing. The success of the Art Car series inspired artists and drivers beyond BMW's official commissions. BMWs remained a popular choice of vehicle for artists to paint, but many makes and models have served as canvases. This BMW M1 Pro Car was painted by Frank Stella at the request of American racing driver Peter Gregg. It was dedicated to the memory of their mutual friend, driver Ronnie Peterson, who was tragically killed during the 1978 Italian Grand Prix. Although not part of the official BMW Art Car lineup, it exists in close relation to that series. Stella himself had already painted the second official BMW Art Car in 1976. But this vehicle is the only car painted by a previous BMW commissioned artist for anyone other than the manufacturer itself. By the late 1970s, Frank Stella was a central figure in American abstraction. His work emphasized structure, geometry, and the physical presence of the object itself. He is quoted as saying, "What you see is what you see." This means that his work didn't stand for something. There was no hidden meaning or symbolism. Rather, the work was about its physical reality, its shapes, colors, and materials. At this time, many artists were moving beyond traditional canvases, applying their work to three-dimensional forms, including industrial and architectural objects. The automobile emerged as a compelling canvas, as it was already imbued with cultural meaning. It was part machine, part sculpture, part technological marvel, part social implement, and inherently associated with motion. For the M1, Stella drew on his polar coordinates series. paintings characterized by radiating lines and geometric divisions. On the car, those visual cues are adapted to a complex structural form. Stella's signature grid lines bend and curve around the body panels, responding directly to the car's shape. Rather than imposing a set image onto the vehicle, Stella allowed the automobile itself to determine the final composition. Now let's talk about the car itself. The M1 was BMW's first mid-engine production vehicle and remains one of its most ambitious designs. Developed in the late 70s, it combines advanced engineering with a striking wedge-shaped profile. It was the model that gave birth to BMW M as a performance brand. The M1 was produced from 1978 to 1981. It was originally conceived as a homologation special for international sports car racing. Its mid-mounted 3.5-liter inline-six engine was developed by BMW Motorsport and produced around 277 horsepower. Its styling was the work of Giorgetto Giugiaro, and it featured a tubular space frame chassis, combining Italian design flair with top-tier German engineering. 399 road cars were built, making it rare even when new. The Pro Car version, of which 54 were made, was built specifically for racing and was designed to compete at the highest levels of motorsport. Horsepower increased to around 470, and the car featured wider fenders, a big front air dam, a large rear wing, racing brakes and tires, and substantial weight reduction. Top speed was around 193 miles per hour. When rule changes stymied BMW's original racing plans, the company created the short-lived BMW M1 Procar Championship, a one-make series that ran for 2 seasons in 1979 and 1980 and featured some of motorsport's top names, including Niki Lauda, Nelson Piquet, Alain Prost, and Mario Andretti. This particular vehicle was built by BMW Motorsport for driver Peter Gregg to his specification. Unlike most M1 Pro cars, which are configured solely for competition, the Frank Stella painted example includes a passenger seat and is upholstered in black watch tartan fabric at Gregg's request, indicating that Gregg wanted a race car fit for 2, despite the Pro car's purpose-built nature. Stella's design is, in fact, directly suited to the car's racing purpose. The line work reinforces the impression of speed, while the color fields emphasize the car's aerodynamic form. In this way, the artwork does not obscure the car's function, it amplifies it. The painting can be experienced through the car's movement, not just in a single fixed moment. Frank Stella's painting of the BMW M1 Pro Car exists at the nexus of art and automotive design and engineering. It reflects a moment when artists were increasingly engaged with industrial and functional objects, and when the car itself was seen as an expressive cultural form. The vehicle is both a race car and a work of art, and in Frank Stella's hands, it became a composition in motion. I hope you've enjoyed this inside look at the 1979 BMW M1 Pro Car painted by Frank Stella. I'm Autumn Neary. Thanks so much for watching.